In the heart of northern Los Angeles County's Antelope Valley, the remnants of Llano Del Rio whisper stories of an ambitious socialist experiment from the past century. Set against the breathtaking San Gabriel Mountains, our exploration reveals the rise and fall of a unique colony in American history. The genesis of Llano Del Rio traces back to the vision and determination of Job Harriman, a man deeply rooted in the socialist movement of early 20th century California. Frustrated by the limitations of political activism and the setbacks of electoral politics, Harriman's quest for a tangible utopia began after his political career reached a turning point. Despite his prominence and the respect he commanded among California socialists, his campaigns for mayor of Los Angeles, governor of California, and vice president of the U.S. were unsuccessful. It was after these losses that he decided to instead focus his energy on building a colony himself. In pursuit of this dream, Harriman allied with Gentry P. McCorkle, a socialist banker from Corona, California, who shared his vision of a cooperative society. Together, they formulated a plan to purchase land where they could build a colony that embodied their socialist values. The search for the perfect location led them to the Antelope Valley, a vast expanse of desert that offered both the isolation and the opportunity they sought. The land they chose was rugged and untamed, presenting a blank slate for the construction of their ideal society. The purchase of this land marked the birth of the Llano Del Rio Company in 1914, a venture that was as much a social experiment as it was a real estate investment. The early days of the colony were marked by a spirit of optimism and hard work. Harriman, McCorkle, and their fellow pioneers embarked on the daunting task of transforming the arid landscape into a fertile ground for their utopian dream. As Llano Del Rio transitioned from a bold vision into a living community, it began to embody the principles of socialism that had inspired its founders. The communal hotel stands out as the central architecture feature of Llano Del Rio. Constructed using local stone, the hotel was not only a place for dining and lodging, but also served as a gathering point for meetings, socialist activities, and educational classes. Its robust, stone-built structure provided durability against the desert climate, while its spacious interiors accommodated the various communal needs of the colony. Residential buildings in Llano Del Rio were predominantly made from adobe, chosen for its thermal properties, which made homes cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. The colony's irrigation system was another critical architectural and engineering feat. Recognizing the importance of water in this arid landscape, the settlers constructed a network of canals and ditches that diverted water from nearby sources to their fields and living spaces. The system was vital for agriculture and the survival of the colony. Workshops and communal buildings were constructed with similar principles of utility and communal access in mind. The sawmill, for example, was an essential structure where wood was processed for building and heating needs. It, along with the blacksmith shop and other industrial buildings, was strategically located to support the colony's operations. The schoolhouse, another pivotal structure, was designed to be a versatile space that could accommodate the educational needs of the colony's children. Like other buildings, it was made from locally sourced materials. At its zenith, Llano Del Rio reached a peak of nearly 1,000 residents by 1917. The decline of Llano Del Rio, which began to manifest significantly by the late 1910s, was marked by a series of structural and environmental challenges that ultimately led to the colony's destruction. One of the most critical issues faced by Llano Del Rio was the dispute over water rights. The colony's survival depended heavily on its innovative irrigation system, which channeled water from nearby sources to its fields and residences. However, as the colony expanded, It encountered legal challenges from neighboring landowners and municipalities who contested its water usage. These disputes not only drained the colony's resources through legal fees, but also threatened its agricultural productivity, as the uncertainty over water rights made it difficult to plan and sustain crops. The buildings and infrastructure of Llano Del Rio, initially constructed with optimism and hard work, began to show signs of wear and deterioration as the colony faced financial strains. The maintenance of the communal hotel, residential buildings, and workshops became increasingly difficult. With limited resources available for repairs and upgrades, the harsh desert environment took a toll on the adobe and stone structures, with erosion and weather damage exacerbating the colony's challenges in maintaining a safe and functional living environment. As legal battles over water rights and the cost of maintaining its infrastructure mounted, Llano Del Rio faced growing economic hardships. The colony's financial model, based on communal ownership and shared labor, struggled under the weight of external pressures and internal disagreements over resource allocation. The scarcity of essential materials and the inability to invest in necessary infrastructure further hindered the colony's operations and its ability to attract and retain residents. As the structural, environmental, and economic challenges mounted, Llano Del Rio experienced a significant decline in its population. Disillusionment among the residents, coupled with the hardships of daily life in the colony, led many to leave in search of more stable living conditions elsewhere. By the early 1920s, the compounded challenges faced by Llano Del Rio made it clear that the colony could not sustain itself in its original location. The decision to relocate the community to New Llano, Louisiana, marked the end of the experiment in the Antelope Valley. If you're liking the video, remember to subscribe, like, it helps a lot. I'm gonna keep bringing these videos to you guys. I'm about to go on a really big trip to film a lot of stuff all over California. All those videos will be coming out soon. So remember to subscribe and like. Anyway, back to the story. Let me know in the comments where you want me to go next, if you have any suggestions. In the quiet desolation that now blankets Llano Del Rio, the echoes of its past serve as a poignant reminder of the colony's ambitious undertaking. The buildings may have crumbled, the fields returned to the desert, but the vision that once inspired a group of dreamers to challenge the norms of their day lingers in the air.